Hey everybody, welcome back, and thank you for joining me for the fourth and for now final episode of the WWE Mattel Superstars review videos. So there is currently Series 5 available. I do have one of those figures, but I don't have all of them, so I'm not going to do a review on Series 5 yet. Excuse me. And you can also find Series 6 on eBay if you want to. If they're pre-orders or if they're in stock, I don't know. And of course, at the end of the year, you might even find Series 7, as I have seen the prototypes. And I'm really looking forward to the Vader figure from Series 7. And I think I saw a couple different variants of Andre the Giant, so I don't know if those are both going to be made or whatnot, but should be some pretty awesome figures due out within the next few months. This line does have a couple figures that I do question, not just for this series but for the next series. And once we get to the two figures and we look at the back of the card, I'll show you why. And in fact, I am going to pause the video here because there is one figure from Series 5 that I have that I want to show you, just so you guys can reference it and see what I mean. So just give me a split second. Alright, so the figure has been pulled. Alright, so let's just dive in with the first figure. Now, three of these four figures, with the exception of Mr. T, I do actually have the other three figures. I do have I do have additional carded figures. Now, I guess because I was, bidding on multiple auctions, I really didn't think I'd win one auction, so I wanted to test my luck at other auctions, and so I kept bidding on, multiple of these figures at one time, and I ended up winning several of those auctions. Either I was the only bidder, or maybe I put like a $25 bid in for like a $20 starting bid price or something, and ended up winning it for that $25 bid, etc. I could just go ahead and cut up in the packages and keep those loose figures as part of my display. And if they were like $10 a piece, I probably would have said, yeah, I'll just eat that money and have the loose figures. But because they're all costing me, $30+ per figure, I can't go ahead and just eat that money. I have to go ahead and try to resell it and get my money back. So if you guys do go onto my my eBay account and you're interested in these figures, I'm basically charging what I paid into it. That's all. But they're up for auction. Would they sell for more? I mean, I'm hoping, but if somebody sends me a message, hey, I'm interested in this, I watch your channel, I'll sell it to you for the starting bid price. I think a couple of them are like $30, the other ones are like 40. Again, what I paid for them. Series 4 does start off with one member of the Natural Disasters, and that was Typhoon. Formerly Tugboat, good friend and confidant of Hulk Hogan before he turned on him, and joined with Earthquake, who of course was a major, was one of those big guys that was feuding with Hulk Hogan. And to me, the Natural Disasters, based on their size, height, and width, they were to me the premier big guy tag team. I felt like the Legion of Doom really were like the only guys who were like physically built enough to the point where they could legitimately, do battle with these guys and possibly win. Hart Foundation, I didn't really, even though Bret Hart could go up against anybody, I just really didn't see that. The Bushwhackers were laughable. If the Rockers were going up against these guys, I don't know. Maybe. The British Bulldogs, kind of same thing. If that was a kind of tag team that could do pretty well against these guys. So in Series 4, what I don't like about the series is they put Typhoon, but they didn't put Earthquake in this series. They actually released Earthquake in the next series. It would have been nice to have both of them together. And it's just an odd pairing of characters in this fourth series. Typhoon might actually be my #1 favorite, superstar from this line. And, he doesn't come with, like, any championship belts or, hat, accessories, anything like that. Just his normal singlet and whatnot. But the size of the figure, the girth and everything, to me, it's a fantastic figure. I absolutely love this one. It says natural disasters, the most destructive force in WWE. Bad weather is headed your way, big splash. So that is Typhoon. I've actually seen a couple customizers on. Yeah, I just started. Well, I didn't start a Facebook account. I don't know when. Maybe March or April or something. My buddy Eric, wrestling writer, he mentioned to kind of build my channel and kind of help me with selling and stuff, that I should probably have a Facebook account. And you guys know me, I despise social media. To me, making YouTube videos is probably the brunt of the work that I would ever do. I don't care about TikTok or Facebook, and what's the other one? MySpace, is that what it is? Does MySpace even exist anymore? I'm sure it does, but like I said, doing YouTube, I think when I started this was for fun, and I think this is like the biggest social media thing I would ever sign up for. You know, LinkedIn, I consider that to be social media too, to some extent. I only created that account because it was a homework assignment. So, I do have a Facebook account, and I kind of created it for Waddy's channel, but I have, for some reason, I created two separate accounts, and it has my name under one, and it has Waddy's channel under another. I don't do anything with it. If you guys ever want to reach out to me directly and you can't leave your name or email on the website here or on eBay, whatnot, you know, you can try and find me online there and kind of reach out to me that way. And, you know, we could transfer, you know, contact info, whatnot. You know, I always love hearing from folks, and through either eBay or through YouTube. I've met a lot of people, you know, who I communicate with on a consistent basis, and it's pretty awesome. Typhoon. What do I remember about Typhoon? So, I went back recently. I've just purchased the 1993 Royal Rumble. So I was missing 93 and 94 Rumble, and the 93, because of Yokozuna's victory, I really wanted that one. So when I bought that VHS, and one thing that I kept thinking was, in that Royal Rumble, I remember Earthquake holding Typhoon and doing like a, you know, belly-to-belly suplex, kind of throwing him over the ropes. Going back and rewatching that video, I'm completely wrong about what happened in that matchup. So, you know, Typhoon, he was doing his little belly splash on Earthquake. You know, he set up on the opposite side of the ring, came and tried to do another belly flop on Earthquake. Earthquake moved. He went flying over the ropes, hit the turnbuckle, hit the post, and went over the ropes that way. Later on in the match, it was Yokozuna who grabbed Earthquake, did the belly suplex over the ropes, and sent him over. So, you know, again, my memory isn't all that great, and I had it completely wrong. But it's nice that I was able to watch that video and kind of rehash those memories. It's a sad day that these guys split up, because, again, it's not as painful as like losing the Rockers as a tag team. But, man, natural disasters. You just don't find those type of wrestlers nowadays. Everybody wants like these big bodybuilder type guys, but, you know, your days of Andre the Giant and King Kong Bundy, you know, Earthquake, Typhoon, I mean, those big guys. Those are the guys that made wrestling so much fun. Yokozuna, man. Because you think of Yokozuna as like an unstoppable force. And when you got guys like Hogan and Bret Hart defeating and whatnot, it's just so much fun, you know? So Typhoon is the first one to look at. So, I don't remember this look. I don't know if this was from like the A-Team or something. But, one of the guys that highlighted WrestleMania 1 is Mr. T. Mr. T, obviously, he's like right up there with like Zeus from No Holds Barred, you know, Tiny Lister. These guys are actors. They're not professional wrestlers. But, shoot, they definitely hold their own. Mr. T, obviously, he was in Rocky 3. Defeated Rocky, became the new champion before Rocky finally defeated him at the end to recapture the belt. And this particular look, like I said, I never watched A-Team, but I'm thinking that's kind of like what this was. I don't know, maybe as a kid, maybe I came across a rerun here or there. I mean, I was still coming across reruns of The Incredible Hulk that aired in the 70s, so, you know, why not? So, with the clothing accessories and the chains and everything, again, an absolutely gorgeous figure to add to the collection. An elite piece, absolutely. If I'm looking at all these figures so far from the first 4 series, this is probably one of those figures that would least interest me. It looks fantastic, but he's just not a character that I covet as much as the rest. When I talk about the LJNs and I talk about random treasures, right? I'll use them as an example because I seem to always come back to them because they're major customizers. I always say that, a good figure is a good figure. And you're probably going to hear me say this, time and time again. Even though I may not know who a particular character is, if it's a good action figure, I would love to add it to the collection. But random treasures, they keep coming out with these figures that I don't know anything about the character, and they're just ripping off existing LJN figures, so it just doesn't do anything for me, and I just can't afford to shell out $150 for a $10 figure. Ron Bass, a Bruno Sammartino figure. I mean, I can take a Bruno Sammartino, get it for like $10 on eBay if I wanted to, or I probably have a couple spares left over. Sell it, send it to somebody, have them chop off the head, spend another $10 or $20 for a Ron Bass head, glue it on or do what they do, and touch up a paint job. What is that, like $20 to repaint or whatnot? So all in all, you probably pay about $40 or $50, and you can get the exact same looking figure. So it's why I don't really covet XOX Customs anymore. And the Mattel Superstar line, they kind of fell in line with that habit as far as releasing a character that I'm pretty sure not too many people are too excited about. He's part of the line, so of course I'm going to get him. And he may not be like my must-have figure, even though he is easily one of the best looking of the line, no doubt. Mr. T. So it says, I pity the fool. I got no time for the jibber jabber. First name Mr., last name T. I love my mother. I love my mother. That's awesome. Next one up is Macho Man Randy Savage. Another must-have. Here is the issue. So just for reference, this Earthquake is from Series 5. Series 5. The reason why I bring that up, when you look at the Series 4 Macho Man, what do you notice on the back of the card? Macho Man, The Rock, and then you got Series 5 Earthquake, the exact Macho Man and Rock photograph, which tells me that Macho Man and The Rock are being re-released on both Series 4 and Series 5. I've seen the listing for Series 5, and neither The Rock nor Macho Man are on Series 5, so I don't know why they did that to this particular card. If this is like some kind of error card that's going to be worth money in the future, I don't know, but I just thought that was interesting to point out. Macho Man, again, I don't have any of these Series 4 figures loose. Macho Man, The Rock, and Typhoon. I do have a second carded figure for each. I can open up the package. Right now I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep listing them on eBay. If they don't sell after about a month or so, maybe I'll go ahead and open up the figures, because I don't want to sell them for less than I paid for them, but I just really need to like recoup my funds. Macho Man again. I like this one. Can you look at the head? He looks like the Hasbro Series 1 version of Macho Man. And I'm pretty sure that those sunglasses were removable. Same way that the Shawn Michaels from Series 2 had removable sunglasses. And Macho Man, he would always come down the aisle in the most festive robes and whatnot. You know, that was like one of his signature things. For me, he will always be my number 3 favorite wrestler. Again, Hogan and Warrior, Macho Man, those 3 guys together. I mean, that's childhood for me. Macho Man, I mean, came into WWF in '85. You know, got himself his own action figure in '86. And what was it, around 87 or so? I'm trying to think who he defeated. I know I talked about it before, but I'm kind of trying to remember. Kind of kneeling on the floor. I've been kneeling for like 4 videos now, and my knees are killing me. I want to say Ricky Steamboat, but I could be wrong about that. I don't remember. Again, at one point I talked about it. I did know who it was at one point. Memory is shot, so it's harder to keep everything up. But this one says, "Oh yeah, Macho Madness, dig it, the cream of the crop." When it comes to Macho Man, absolutely. Another tremendously elite figure. This guy probably goes for around $30, $40 on eBay. I don't know how much I have this one listed. I think I have this one listed for $40. And the last one is The Rock. Again, kind of continuing the trend of mixing old school with new school. The Rock, I think he was in wrestling when I was still watching. I think he may have came in like around 97 or so. And I didn't really know too much about The Rock. I really guess I don't really care too much about him at that time. You know, guys like John Cena and, you know, The Rock, to me, I enjoy them more as movie stars than I think I could ever enjoy them as wrestlers. So that's something to consider. And it's kind of like Eddie Murphy, you know, when he came out with the, you know, Party All the Time song. What's one thing he talked about? He didn't want, you know, people to judge him. He didn't want people to talk about, you know, sticking to comedy. He wanted to be known as a legitimate professional singer. And I think for guys like The Rock, that would be a very comparable situation where if he goes into acting and he's doing all these movies, he doesn't want to be known as just simply a wrestler or a professional athlete. You know, he wants to be known as, you know, someone who can act and hold his own, you know, carry a movie and whatnot. And he's done that time and time again. So The Rock to me has always been a fun actor. I just care very little about him as a wrestler. I'm sorry. Now, if I ever got the chance to meet him in person, get his autograph, you know, shake his hand, you know, whatnot, you know, get a photo taken, of course I'm gonna talk him up like, hey, yeah, I love you. I may not mention wrestling, but I'm pretty sure that's probably what they're gonna talk about. I don't know. What are the chances I ever meet, you know, any of these guys in real life, though? The Rock, to me, an average figure. I mean, it's not anything super splendid, but it does the trick. It's a nice figure to add to a collection. It says, "Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Know your role and shut your mouth. It doesn't matter what you think." Alright, that's kind of harsh. I mean, to me, it looks good. I like it. Well, that is number 4 of the series. And as I mentioned, Earthquake from Series 5. The only guys that they're really showing on here that I can show from Series 5 is going to be Earthquake and Rick Rude. And I think in Series 5 there was a new Hulk Hogan. They're going back to that. I hate that. I always said that I really appreciate that LJN for the most part really stuck to one wrestler. Yeah, you had these 3 figures for Kirchner and for Jimmy Hart, etc. You had all these different variants for like Jesse Ventura and Macho Man and so on, Jake Roberts, etc. But for the most part, they really catered to just one single wrestler, and that was it. You may have released multiple Hulk Hogan figures. You may have released a purple and white version of Tio Santana, but Hogan and Tio Santana, really, those were the only figures that had multiple releases. Oh, Andre the Giant. And just in case I missed one, I'm kind of looking at the shelf right now. So Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant. SD Jones doesn't really count because that's just a variant. Tio Santana I mentioned, so 3 figures. Yeah, that's it. 3 different characters were released on multiple occasions. Referee, a variant, so not really, you know, separate releases or anything like that. Going back to Hulk Hogan, when you already have a Hulk Hogan figure in this line, I don't like it. If you wanted to create this iconic yellow and red Hulk Hogan figure, you could have done that in Series 1 and did away with the NWO stuff. To me, that was WCW related. Yeah, WCW has mixed in with WWF, WWE, but that wasn't predominantly a WWE thing. That was a WCW thing. So I don't mind the red and yellow iconic version. I just don't want them to be releasing the same figure or same character over and over again. Because now you're just taking a slot from someone who deserves to be made. I mean, I would love a King Kong Bundy in this style. Andre the Giant, I think I saw the prototype for Series 7, so that's coming. So that's pretty solid. That's another one I care about. You know, Bret Hart could have filled that slot. You know, there's so many people you could have chosen. But that's it for now, guys. We are at 21 minutes. Pretty good. I think each of these videos hovered around 20 minutes, so not too long. Hopefully they get a lot of views very quickly, because the sooner I get each video to 100 views, the sooner I can dive into the AWA Rumco Tournament videos. And once I post this video, that is going to be the next set of videos. I probably won't do the tournament straight through. I'll probably do like whatever amount of videos takes up the first round. So if the first round is 10 videos, we'll do 10 straight videos of that, and then do something else, and then go back to the tournament round 2. If it takes up 6 videos, you know, same thing. I'll try and slide a video or 2 here or there in between each round, just so that I can keep other things fresh and going on. Depending on your guys' perspective, your comments and whatnot, if you tell me, no, we don't want that, we want straight tournament videos, again, I kind of go off your guys' request, because the videos are for you guys. So, you know, your opinions obviously matter a whole lot to how I release these figures, or how I release these videos. All right, that's all for now. I hate getting tongue-tied. It's so frustrating. Leave a comment if you'd like. Love hearing from you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.